Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And so we're going to talk Pixel 6 some more. I got lots of videos that I want to talk about. However, this one is going to be a question to Google. Google, why do you have two versions of this phone? Why is there a mmWave and Sub-6 and then a Sub-6 version only? Why the need for two? People on various platforms that I'm on are trying to rationalize the reason why there's two different versions of the same phone. Now, we're not talking about the 6 Pro. We're just talking about the Pixel 6. And if you get the unlocked version of the Pixel 6, it is Sub-6 compatible only. What that means is that it's only compatible to low band and mid band 5G with no support for high band, which on Verizon, that's their ultra wide band. On At&t, that's their 5G plus. And on T-Mobile, it's supposed to be their T-Mobile Ultra 5G Ultra capacity. Why two? Why the need for two? Like to me, it doesn't make sense. Like I could try to rationalize it. Here, I will give you guys my take on it. Okay, this ain't gospel, so don't hang on every word and be like Tito said this. No, this is just speculation. But I feel the reason why they did it was because Google has a partnership with T-Mobile, right? All of T-Mobile phones sold are going to support RCS messaging. There is a collaborative deal between Google and T-Mobile, and I feel like this was the spawn of that. But why not? Well, we'll get to that in a little bit. But for me personally, I feel like there shouldn't be two versions of it. This should just support it all. High band, mid band, low band. It should just support it all. What is the need to just have one that only supports mid and low without high? Of course, people are like, well, where do you get the one that supports mmWave? You get it through Verizon. And it makes sense if you go to Verizon because Verizon is very invested in their ultra wideband. They really push that. People remember last year's iPhone release, the iPhone 12, and Hans Vesper came on stage and someone cut up the entire event into just them saying the word 5G and had a bunch of people saying 5G, but they were heavy invested in ultra wideband. Heavy invested in high band 5G, fast data deliverance. So of course the mmWave version is going to go there. But again, I still question Google. What is the need? Like, to be honest with people, if they had just one version of the Pixel 6 and one version of the Pixel 6 Pro, and I'm not talking storage configurations, I'm just talking about network connectivity, both supported mmWave, I would be totally fine because the mmWave version for this phone costs $699, which is what the Pixel 5 cost last year. I know there's a lot of naysayers who would have probably jumped the gun and because they don't know what the tensor chip is all about, so they just speculate and then they see benchmarks and a benchmark close to an Exynos chip, so it's an Exynos chip. It's not an Exynos chip, it's a tensor chip. It's not Exynos. How many times I have to tell people that? It's not Exynos at all. It's not Exynos. It's Tensor. Did Samsung have a hand in creating the Tensor chip? Yes, but it doesn't make it an Exynos. Honda and I believe it was Toyota had a hand in developing Scion, but you don't see the Honda emblem on those cars. And so my question to all of this is why not just have the $699 one? Last year, the Pixel 5 costed $699. A lot of people were upset because, on paper, mid-range specifications or whatever, right? But this would have definitely fit in that area. This would have been okay at $699. And I think that majority of people that were interested in the Pixel 6 would have bought one still at $699 and it wouldn't have really broke the bank. Now, if this cost $799, then we would start having some people really kind of get upset. But $699, it would have been okay. Comparing it to the Pixel 5, if you want to compare it on spec sheets, then it slightly would have been more justifiable. So why the need for a $599 version and take away mmWave? I feel like that since Google has a deal with T-Mobile, they could have done that with T-Mobile. They could have had this $599 version be a T-Mobile exclusive, and then the mmWave version be the unlocked model. Kind of like the Pixel 5. That was an unlocked model. I just don't see where Google's going with this when they decided to create two different versions of the Pixel 6. One supporting all 5G and one only supporting Sub-6. It just, I don't know, it's mind-boggling. You hear me talk about it that I'm not, superly and, needing to be invested with 5G ultra wideband or ultra capacity or 5G plus. And yeah, I can live my life without it. My life doesn't end just because I only have sub-6 connection. But considering the realm of mobile technology and everybody that has an interest in it, and even people who don't really have an interest in it, but just have an interest in upgrading to a new phone, it just doesn't make sense to go and do this, to everybody. It just doesn't. These are one of those things where I really questioned about Google. And I've said it, last year that I didn't like when companies do that, especially with the 4A 5G and the 4A 5G millimeter wave access. Like, to me, that was just weird. Just have one and have it support all of it. Why not? Like, why these restrictions and limitations? It just doesn't fit right. And it gives, since Google's trying to break in to get more people interested in their phones, this is not the foot I would start out with. I wouldn't put this foot forward to start out. This is not the way you want to do it. At least for me. I'm just thinking out loud here. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section of the video. Smash the like button if you guys enjoyed what I had to say in this rant. And what say you? Would you guys would have preferred that the millimeter wave sub-6 version be the unlock model, and that this one, the 599 sub-6 only, be what T-Mobile sold in stores? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for checking out this video, and I'll see y'all later. Aloha.